Hello and welcome to another episode of Yokayi Footy Shorts. I'm Andy Krakouer, and joining me today is proud Nuttingeri and Hawthorn superstar Chad Wingard. How are you, brother?
Going well, brother. It's exciting to be here. Obviously, a season-defining round. Obviously, some great results. Looking forward to getting stuck into it.
Yeah, and that's we certainly will, brother. And it started off on Friday night with Essendon falling short against the Crows. GMHBA Stadium. The Dogs had a great win down there against the Cats, and Freo are absolutely flying and continuing on their merry way over in the West. And there's not too much movement at the top of the ladder as well. They're obviously the two top teams there in Sydney and Carlton. There's a little bit of movement to come, probably from 3 to 6. Essendon clinging on to the 8, and the Hawks are slowly coming there, brother. But let's talk about Brizzy and Sydney up at the Gabba. It could be a grand final preview. It was an absolutely outstanding game. Will Hable was on one leg, probably in the second half there and struggling to get around. But then Chee, he was able to kick the sealer for the Lions.
Yeah, you watch that highlight. It's unbelievable. He's picked that up with half a second, decided to chuck on his opposite foot, kick that 50 metres, an unbelievable finish. And like you said, season-defining moment for this team.
Yeah, and it was a great win. They'd take a lot of confidence out of that as well. I know that the Lions, they had a few men down, but nonetheless, the win's a win, and it was a great win by the Lions. Now, your guys, Hawthorn, they had a great win over the Pies at the MCG in very slippery conditions. The coaching staff and yourself would have been rapt to see that. Yeah,
we're pumped. Obviously, we started the game really well. Collingwood kicked 1 goal 11, which didn't help them, kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. But we came with the approach that we need to keep the pressure on. So pressure high, so the ability to handle the pressure and put pressure on Collingwood. And obviously you see some of the the highlights and the fun that we have, but it's also confidence and momentum. Obviously we speak about that, and obviously Charlie kicks a goal here, unbelievable game from him. But exciting week for us, and plenty of the season to keep going.
And the confidence you spoke about from those young men, what does that feel like? And even at training during the week, what kind of vibe do they bring?
Well, it's exciting. They're young groups, so you've got to make sure your energy's high, you're training really hard, and you never know what happens. But also, momentum in this game is so important. So it's a very exciting team to be around, and hopefully for the future as well. And
the Hawks have it in abundance. And now we're going to talk about Essendon taking on Adelaide Friday night. It was an absolutely seesawing event here, and Benny Keys, this man, he was on fire. He kicked 5 goals. I loved his work, what he was able to do. Worked up the ground really well. Darcy Fogarty, another one for mine. He kicked the 4 goals, and he's bullocking and sort of he's worked that he was able to compete. But then he competed for this contest, and then he was able to get the crumb and kick the goal. He was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, we speak about Rochelli's goal, but you think about Keys. He had 10 touches and that many score involvements in the last quarter. Very impressive. Obviously set this goal up, and for the Crows to come away and get this win, obviously you see the elation on the face and getting around the crowd. It's spectacular, but it's a huge win for them, and obviously for Essendon, this is going to be a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, it certainly was, and as you said, clinging on to the 8 now, the Bombers. But this week's Yokayi moment goes to one of the favourites here at Yokayi Footy, Jamarra Ugle-Hagan. He's an absolute star, Chad, and he kicked an absolute bomb from about 70 metres out down at GMHBA Stadium. Just let it slide on, and his teammate was lucky enough, Vandermeer, just to let that go through. Read the play there, read the script really nice, but he's an absolute star.
Yeah, before he kicked this goal, they were only 23 points up. Game's still alive, and then he went on to kick 2 more goals. Obviously, his shoulders will be a bit sore this morning, obviously carrying the team, but no, he's an absolute star. We love him, and we said he's got a bit of Buddy-esque about him. The signing of the year, he's an absolute star, and looking forward to many, many more games of him in the future.
And another star who's played plenty of games, 250 in fact, Brad Hill. He celebrated his 250 milestone after being a 3-club player. He's the Hawks, won a best and fairest at Freo, now at the Saints, doing amazing things. He's an absolute gun, brother.
Yeah, absolute star. And you think about what's most impressive, every place that he's been, he's made an impact. Obviously, he had three flags at Hawthorn, like you said, won a best and fairest at Freo, and now he's come to St Kilda as a leadership role, and really, look at him, he's got the elation, he's such an inspiration and a mentor for all of us. So congratulations, Bradley, obviously huge, and we're looking forward to, obviously sign a 2-year extension, we're looking forward to many more years of him coming.
And brother, I've loved your analysis and speaking about everyone else, but I'd just like to ask you, how are you going, brother? How's your injury, and are we likely to see you back very soon?
Yeah, hopefully I'm hoping to get back against the GWS game in the VFL, get some run, and hopefully get back into the side. But it's a tough year, but like I said, just going to keep going and cracking the whip, and fingers crossed everything goes well.
Hopefully I'll see you part of those celebrations very soon, my brother. You're an absolute star. Thank you very much for joining us. That'll do us for Yokayi Footy Shorts this week. We'll catch you next week.
For the best and most comprehensive wrap of each round, Access All Areas is the show for you, unpacking all the action and dissecting the big news from each round. Access All Areas thanks to Crypto.com, Mondays on AFL.com.au and the AFL Live app.